Hi, Leo. Welcome to your July readings, July 2025, with me, Marianne from Marianne's Mystic Mentions. And wow, I just instantly want you to know that I am ecstatic and elated about July. It's a great feeling, and I feel like that's always kind of been the case for me personally. I don't know exactly why, but this isn't about me. This is about you. And actually, for those that are new, I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you're excited and looking forward to what will and is your sun season at the end of July as well, starting on the 20th. We're in Cancer season right now. A lot of energy in Cancer. There's a lot of sensitivity, and there's family orientation things going on, and there's just heartfelt things, and it's just, there's love. There's a lot of love. You're a passionate sign, Leo. You fully immerse yourself. When you're in love, it's the real deal, and people are spoiled rotten by you, by the way. But beyond that, for those that are new and those returning, I really greatly appreciate every single one of you, because this channel doesn't really exist without you, clearly. So this is really important and beautiful. But I have, a ritual I do. I'm trying to keep it as streamlined as possible. I start with the chakra check. I've had a nice conversation with you, Leo, and red was just everywhere. It was the energy that's so prominent. It is your fire sign energy. It is just this vivacious, forward movement kind of energy that I'm feeling, even though July has 4 retrogrades. Now, this isn't unusual. There's one aspect that I'll explain to you. But know this, because every year we have the outer planets, and then they all start to, and some of the more personal planets, they all start to retrograde. And it's a time for introspection more. It's about reviewing things that have happened through the first half of the year. And then when the retrogrades go direct again, you're just fully equipped and ready for the next phase of your life. And so it's all perfect, and when you think of it in that way and you have that attitude about it. And then I'm going to do a 6-card spread, past, present, and future, with a clarification for each, and finishing with an oracle message or 2. I've usually been asked to pull 2. So I'm a long-time intuitive spiritual guidance tarot reader, and I feel psychically hits come to me as well. And when they do, I mention them to you as they come in present time. And so we're going to get on with the show, as it were. So yes, we have our chakra centers, many things about my life, my interests, my passions with tarot or mystical things in life. And also as a massage therapist of many years, Reiki master, I fully enjoy speaking about, teaching, learning consistently about energy and how it's just everywhere. It's everything. And energy is color. And I like to correlate the colors with that and the feelings that I'm feeling. And that's the glove. That's the brand aspect of that. And then also to let you know, there are correlating colors with all of these beautiful solar plex. I'm so sorry. Don't know why it's not coming to me. I have no idea. Chakras. Yes, they are usually associated with the color because of, once again, the energy and what vibration they put off. So this was the last one that was done for the previous reading of Gemini. And so now, I apologize, Cancer was the last one I've done. And then, of course, comes you. So I'm going to put it behind my back. And we're going to just shake it up a little bit. And I'm going to explain to you that, yes, there are 4 retrogrades. One of them is Saturn in Aries, which is a fellow fire sign. And it's going to be from July 13th through November 27th, I believe it said. Yes, and then the Neptune retrograde will also happen in Aries because they're very close together. And that transition happened this year among many other changes of the astrological sign from one to another. So it went from Pisces to Aries earlier in the month. It's going to go back into Pisces in retrograde, and then it'll be in Aries for many years ahead, specifically Neptune for 14 years, Saturn for about another 2 plus some change. And that's the more personal planet that would be, well, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a personal planet, but it is one that moves quicker and it goes through signs a little sooner than like Neptune for 14 years, right? So that's going to affect you in the sense that that's your fellow air sign, right? Mercury will retrograde in your sign, Leo, and it's going to have an extended stay, very similar but not quite as long to when Mars was in your sign, going direct, then into Cancer, then back into you, then retrograde into you, and then going direct again. It was for months, including the shadow periods. I don't know. I was just very affected because I have an Aries moon. So anytime you or anyone you know, or, you know, the people in your life have a common element such as fire, they are going to feel the fundamental similarities, right? But there's always different for various reasons. We're not going into that today. But to say that, yeah, this is your retrograde. And so, yeah, you're going to be thinking a lot about your more recent inspirations and drives, and, you know, are they worth it? Is it worth your time? I mean, are you with the right people? And the list goes on. And this is something that's vitally important for you moving forward. It's a part of all of our lives on a regular basis. And now you're in that time frame again, where you're really putting forth a lot of thought and inspiration and excitement about what's new for you. Now, the other really cool thing, Leo, is that Mercury went into your sign today. I believe it stays there through the 2nd of September because, like I said, it's, you know, it's going to be retrograding and then going direct and so forth. So Mercury is all about our communication, and that's you know, you love to speak. You're a leader. You're, you know, known for your sun rule. You've got this incredible vitality and strength, and people look to you and admire you. And you're usually in a, you know, managerial leading kind of role, or you're in a stage performance and you're an actor and you're just like, you're the actor of the zodiac for sure. And I have actual family members that are Leos that are actors. So it's very interesting how accurate so much of this is. And I find it fun and entertaining, but I find it very, very accurate. So anyway, that's happening as well. But the really, really cool thing is that we have the new moon in your sign. And this is happening on the 24th. And, you know, you have your new and then your full 6 months later, and it'll last, and the effects can last that long. The full moon will be on the 10th in Capricorn. Totally different energy as far as the earthy aspect of it, but grinding some things down, planting some really great seeds for future. You're not in a rush necessarily, but you are about success. That's exactly what, you know, Capricorn represents. It's usually with business and commerce most of the time. And so all of these things are factoring in, and I think it's just going to be kind of an amazing, amazing time. During the retrogrades, though, where things might be a little delayed or stalled or confusing, is the time to take some time for you. It's your birthday. Go on vacation. It couldn't be more perfect for that. Let me just do another couple shuffles and we'll get your predominant, there you go. There you go. This is so absolutely perfect. It's almost red, but it's orange and it's vibrancy like the sun in a lot of ways, right? This is the second chakra. This is your sensuality, your sexuality. This is your energy. Your creative juices are just going nuts, and you want to just push them out into the world and have the world see them and recognize them and be appreciated for all of them. And I love this. I really, truly do. There's a lot of creative energy for one specific reason I can mention, and that is that we have the North Node in Pisces, which represents this particular series of eclipses. We had them in March. We're going to have them again in September. So the energies are starting to come through. It'll be a lot more electrifying and kind of, you know, it's very exhilarating when those eclipses come along, but they also create great change, and sometimes quickly, sometimes not so quickly. You know, they bring things in, take things out. There's changes that we may have expected, may have planned, some not. Second chakra, effervescence, creativity sparkles from my being. My life's path is clear and founded in love, respect, and adventure. And that's That's what I'm talking about. 2 is working with other people, a partnership. Maybe your beloved, you know, your special someone, your great friend, your work partner. You have a perfect idea for that person to come into the fold, and you're working things through now. That's what this retrograde time is great for. So you're going to have a much easier way after the retrograde aspect, because it's extended Mercury in your sign, to be able to vocalize and really speak from your heart, which is a huge part of who you are. You're a very heart-centered person, Leo. And so I love that for you. It's absolutely beautiful. And so along with that, the second chakra, I'm going to be putting in my beautiful little necklace, the appropriate crystal, which is the carnelian that comes with this beautiful gift set that I got. And I just love it. And it really inspired me, because I'm fascinated, and I love the fact that we have these naturally in our bodies to help us to grow and evolve and feel our best and our whole selves. And, you know, just the vitality comes, and it's just so wonderful. So here's the carnelian. Isn't that gorgeous? To me, it looks like a huge M&M peanut candy, to be honest, which was always one of my favorite goodies. But that's just a little side, you know, mention there. I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to infuse the reading with this incredible energy of, you know what? I'm so sorry. Well, it's okay. I'm getting the very quick, I mean, it's going to be a Mercury retrograde, as I said, in July. It starts on the 17th, but we have the shadow period starting like right around the corner next week. So this is actually the one in there already. It's more like a jelly bean. This is the root chakra, our base chakra. Still looks like a M&M candy to me. But the carnelian it's so wonderful, because to me, I hope you can see it in there, it's similar in color. It's got that orangeness to it. And there's many different types of crystals of the same name. But what I like is it's almost like you can see through it, and it's an imagination thing. It's like a crystal ball. Like, what can you create? What can you make happen magically and spiritually and all those wonderful things? We have so much about us that does help us to create and manifest things. But I did remember, I was speaking to you, that the North and South Node eclipses, Pisces at the North Node, the direction we all want to be going, right? South Node is always, and that's in Virgo, for the next, I guess maybe it's a total of 18 months, but we've already had it since January, and we've already had the first series of eclipses. So South Node in Virgo, releasing, purging, for a good, through, I think it's April of 2026. So this is a huge, huge aspect to all of us. Perhaps you're understanding this and you're feeling in that mode of where, you know the things you want to get rid of. You've been minimalizing, maybe around your house or just within yourself, things you're putting in your mouth or your body. Taking care of yourself as we age, it's super important. It's important at any time, but I think these are the things that are coming up specifically, and I'm all for it. That we want to live the best life we can, and we want to feel good. That is absolutely, in my opinion, the wealth of anything is in our health. Okay, so I am going to now start with your reading, and I am going to just shuffle a couple more times because I have actually blessed the cards and ask for clear and concise messages always for the highest good of everybody involved. And know that, this is meant for you, Leo, specifically for you. So I'm using this beautiful gilded tarot deck, which I absolutely love. I've had it a long time, but it's always been great. And let me tell you, the readings are amazing. Let's get on to yours so you can see. I'll lay it down. And as I said, I'll explain what the meanings are, and they kind of tend to have a storyline to them. So we'll follow that as well if that's happening. Please do like and subscribe if you feel a resonance to this reading, because that's what really makes or breaks this channel for me. It's incredibly supportive, and I deeply appreciate it. And there are no costs involved. It's a cost of just, the heart. Just that loving gesture is really... It does so much more than people realize. So your first card, wow. I think someone else got this, but I don't think it was in this exact position. And this is the 10 of coins. 10 of coins, pentacles, both can be used. This is absolutely that full moon in Capricorn I spoke about. This is a recent thing, perhaps, for you. This is a recognition of, wow, this is serious to me. I want to have that family legacy. It's now or never. It's a destined thing, I feel a lot of times. It's karmic. Maybe you're inheriting something. Something recently has been brought to your attention, Leo, and it's really looking good on a financial picture, but it could also be, once again, your overall health, well-being, your family ties. Maybe if there was a falling out, your reconciliation is happening. I mean, retrogrades like this month of July definitely bring people back, and it'll be up for consideration if that's something that's, resonating with you. It's a general reading. I always ask that everybody, or invite everybody, to watch your sun, Leo, or moon, rising, ascendant, definitely Venus, and I say Mercury because Mercury is communication, and it gets a little funky during Mercury retrograde. Just be prepared for that. Transportation, as I think I mentioned, I've done a lot of readings. Transportation, communication, and technology are affected because it's Mercury, and Mercury is the fastest planet that tends to keep things moving and shaking, and it's kind of appearing to be in a retrograde position going backward. That's an illusion, but it definitely feels like that. Trust me, I've had enough in my lifetime. We get through them. There's ways to work with them, and they don't have to be so, nerve-wracking or, bothersome at times, but they don't last that long, and we get through them, and it's all perfect. The gem I always like to bring up, though, is that when you have a change of plans unexpectedly, someone backs out, or you have a business and people reschedule or they cancel or whatever, that time space that opens up, sometimes some incredible, beautiful things come in, and you're like, wow, that would not have happened had that person not canceled. So you see, you look for the gems, and they're always going to be there. So, okay, so in addition to this incredible 10 of Pentacles in your very recent past coming into this reading, the clarification is the sun, your ruling planet. I mean, I told you as I first started, it's on for you, and it's birthday season, and it's always a much more magical, special time anyway. We're in Cancer now, but we do go into yours on the 20th, and that'll be through July 2021. I'm sorry, August. I'm not sure, of the exact cutoff. I want to say 21st, but give or take a day. And then know that the retrograde shadow period will probably last up until about that time, but Mercury actually goes direct on August 11th. So things will start to go forward anyway. And I think you're going to be in such good spirits that you're feeling very confident about what direction you're taking at that point. That full moon will culminate things for sure. So then by the new moon in your sign, you've got this made. Sun, every brightest, most beautiful, lucky, vivacious, just absolutely amazing card to get. One of the best in the deck. I would be remiss if I didn't let you know, though, because like every single month pretty much this year, like no other month in any lifetime ever, we've had changing of astrology signs, like I said, with the Aries from Neptune into Saturn and Neptune from Pisces. And then we had, I don't know, my mind is going blank. In July, though, on the 7th, we have Uranus, which stays in signs for 8 years. It's another outer planet that takes a long time to get to each sign. So usually that's a couple times in your lifetime, if you're, living a good life and a longer life. If that. But no, it goes in from Taurus. It's been in Taurus since 2018, I think it is, into Gemini. Now, Gemini is an amazing complementary energy with her. It's an air sign. Pluto's in Aquarius, another air sign. it was in Capricorn for hundreds of years, and now it's in Aquarius for, 20 more years. This means, as a fire sign, fire and air, they're just the best companions. I mean, they really work well together. They infuse each other, they light each other up. There's, a lot of conversations and good things and sensual, sexual, all of it works. So with Gemini in Uranus, which is a planet of unpredictability, man, it's like it's out of the box. It's very technically involved. If you like technology, be prepared because you're already hearing about it. AI is strictly very much coming into our lives and has been, and I think it can be great. So let's look on the positive side. Ways that we can live that are going to be far more easier in a lot of ways. So this is good so far. Let's go into your present. And we have the Eight of Swords. Well, this is another air element. This is interesting. Right off the bat, my intuition is telling me this doesn't necessarily, I don't believe this to be you. You're not an air sign. You could have air in your sign though. So that would take away what I just said in your chart. You could definitely have some air placements, which would be Leo. I'm sorry, you're Leo. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. But what this represents is just these fears and these ways that we kind of, get ourselves stuck in our minds specifically. But, it's all just that, we are thinking the worst sometimes. We're just getting too much thought in things that could, would, maybe should. We don't know. We don't have answers for that, but it's things we think about. And knowing that if you look closely, none of those swords are really necessarily fencing this person in or, keeping them from being able to free themselves, as well as, this very light little bandage around the eyes kind of thing, no, that all of it can be freed. It's just a matter of our thoughts. So maybe it is. Maybe you're thinking that in the terms that everything seems so great. Oh my gosh, what if, what if it all ends? Well, I mean, it might, but please don't think in that way. Remember, your thinking has so much to do with how you feel on a daily basis or moment basis. So we want to focus on that. And if you start to feel like a little doom and gloom, just snap your finger. I always like to do that. It just reminds me quickly. It's like, nope, I'm not going there. What am I doing? That's a habit. It's obviously a habit that you and myself have picked up. We don't need to. Clarification on that is the Hangman. Well, that kind of makes sense. But what's interesting is it's upside down. Now, normally it is upside down when it's right side up because it's a man that's hanging. And that's a good thing. It's not a negative at all. This is generally and shown on other, like the Rider-Waite-Smith, one of my first and favorite decks, is a tree of knowledge hanging there, but being at bliss and taking in the information. We are in a retrograde. We're just going to allow things to happen because there's things that will always and have been out of our control. Not feeling like we have to rush because it wouldn't necessarily do any good anyway, and that's what the retrograde, it's more of like the analogy of the tides are coming in. They're not out. Don't necessarily start anything. Just be thinking about all the details you want to add to whatever new possible proposition that's coming up. But this is a waiting period, and this represents Pisces. And we've already talked about Pisces being at the helm in the North Node position for all of us. And then as we get to the next eclipse series, that'll be one of the first ones that'll be on September 7th, a full lunar eclipse. I believe it is full moon eclipse in Pisces. Okay? So our imagination, our creativity, our spiritual side is going to be extremely affected and enunciated. Does that make sense to you? It's going to be largely expressed. My beautiful cat over there, who's really fascinated with these room dividers I got, wanting to scratch them. I've covered them, but it's not keeping him away. So if you hear a noise, that's what that is. Yeah, upside down, and from what it normally is, means that the waiting period is pretty much gone. Okay, this is your time. So yes, we still have the retrograde, but yes, life goes on. So the retrogrades will keep us in maybe a little bit more of a slower pattern, but it certainly won't stop your determination and your will and your fiery disposition to get this action and party going, as it were. And I hope you are having a lot of parties. But we'll get to that because, you know, that's a little further down the road in the month. Then we have your future. And you have the Two of Cups. Well, I'm happy to see that for you because there's obviously love. There's a lot of passion and you are feeling extremely happy. Your cups are full. You have a great relationship or partnership in any realm, work, friend, love, marriage. You know, you just, it's almost like you're renewing your vows. You're thinking if you're on the fence about a commitment, you're going to actually make that commitment. It's all working. It's like you're thinking about it, but it may not happen till like August, maybe even September, you know, but what those eclipses, they make it happen, you know, like whatever's been pending, it's like, bam, it happens. And, you know, Pisces is very romantic too, and creative, and all the things that, you know, kind of were talked about with your second chakra. This is absolutely beautiful. See how the readings have been amazing. And then the clarification of that is the Nine of Cups. So this is wishes fulfilled. I mean, this is everything. It's 9. The last one is the 10. Something to hold on to. That last, you know, it's coming. It's coming. I'm waiting. I know it's going to be there. And with your fiery disposition, your will, your strength, it absolutely is coming. It absolutely is coming. This is beautiful for you. It makes me realize that, you know, there is truth in how we have these extra special times in life cycles in our lives always, but, you know, birthday times are very special times because it's your solar return. You know, you're another full year. You've experienced this thing that's life, and that's so important, and really, really immersing yourself in the passion of the moment as much as you possibly can, the red fiery aspect that you have. No denying your passion, Leo. So I will finish with a couple of oracle messages, as I mentioned. This is the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm by Colette Baron Reid. These are beautiful cards. I love the illustrations, but the words say everything. So I just hope you're feeling great and that you will be incredibly and happily surprised about what your outcomes are and how your dreams will be manifesting. And you can give yourself a big pat on the shoulder because we all tend to do our own manifestations. And this is a co-creative energy at all times with the universe. But, you know, we have a lot to do and say about it. Things don't always just come to us. Magically, they can. But I think you're going to put that effort in that knowing that, you know, you are creating this for sure. You have, I had just recently gotten this. This is beautiful. The Spirit Whisperer, Divine Guidance and Higher Knowing, number 3. 3 is about growth, expansion, working with others, you know, mastering. It's a mastery number. There's an owl in the background of this. I'm going to turn it around. There's bubbles being blown, like, boop. Fun and kind of that youthful kind of playfulness, but also the wisdom is very strongly within you, or you're getting information about that. That's the other thing. You might have some really profound dreams that will lead you in the direction you need to. A lot of times, many people can vouch for the fact that they've had dreams that led them to their highest, you know, fulfillment of wishes and dreams. And, you know, it's like they're obviously being guided while we sleep, which we are. We're always in connection with spirit. Isn't that great? Let's do one more. Shake it up a little more. This one's calling to me for you. The Swan Queen. Transformation, intuition. We've talked about that a lot. It's going to be spot on and incredibly notable in this year and this month of July. And patience. Well, that would be the Hangman, and that would be the retrogrades, right? And we've got that. We can make that happen. And I know you will. And it is 13, which is a 1 and 3 becomes a 4 for stability. Look at that. Wow. It makes me think that by winter, this whole things are really, you're going to not even recognize the changes, even though it's not that far away and the year is just moving so very quickly. You've got this way, it's like you know already it's happening, and it feels really beautiful. It feels pure. Intentions are in the right place, and you're going to reap your rewards. So I love and appreciate this. I love you for being here. Thank you for your time. Please have a beautiful, beautiful birthday season and July. Enjoy. Come on back and see me in August, and I'll have more to share with you. Okay, thank you. Bye for now.